we'll do a little bit of a musty one video here. It's some small engine repair, but I'm going to skip a couple steps. I'm not going to dribble gas in the carburetor because I know it runs. Oh, it's magnetic. Neat. Because I was using it before. I've actually owned this for a few years. It was my grandfather's. If it wasn't his, I might actually just get rid of it. It's, not that great, and it's pretty old. It's a rear tine tiller. It does a good job. I just would really prefer one that has reverse. I know that's being nitpicky, but anyway. So the problem with this guy is the tank is super rusty on the inside, just from being old and sitting in the barn and hot and cold cycles and being only used, literally like once or twice a year in the same few weeks. So we're going to get this guy off here. I did order a new carburetor kit, or I was going to order a carburetor kit for it, but the more I looked into it, for additional $8, I just ordered a whole freaking carburetor. So, and I just did that by searching this model number engine and looking for compatible ones. Let me grab a magnetic dish. So I was trying to be a little more efficient and get stuff together. As you can see, I actually have tools out this time. Of course, I always forgetting something. So let's get this guy off here. I already have the new carburetor. I have tank sealer coming from one of those, online retailer places, you know what I mean? I don't know if you've ever heard of any of those. And waiting for that to show up, and I have to go get, I'm going to try, from watching some of the other YouTube videos, I'm going to try that evaporust stuff on the inside of this tank and see what that can do for us. So for today, the goal is to get the tank off, get it emptied, and let it dry out so we can fill that stuff up with it. So, I don't know if you saw it here, we got 3 screws holding it to the tank. And we got 2 screws holding it, bolts or screws or whatever you want to call them, holding it to the engine. Go any lower? I feel like I'm... Oh yeah. Governor spring here. How did I get that out last time? Did I just bend it out of the way? I think it was a... It's real close. Oh, that gas. Oh! I got it out. There it is. So we don't lose that. But part of this right here is the fuel pump. Yeah. It was probably the piece that stopped it from running last time. Who knows, I could probably put this back on, it might start. You want to try it? I don't even want to bother. I mean, this thing's just... I knew it was pretty hit, and the screen was missing last time. Like, if that was on there, that piece might not have gotten sucked up in there. But basically what it does is this piece here is a little pulse fuel pump, and it pulls fuel up into the carb and then just dumps it down into this little half chamber right here. It's on top, and this part sucks it up. So I'm guessing it wasn't able to pump any fuel. And I know last time I took this apart, I had to make some gasket maker and kind of fix that gasket. So I figured it's probably hosed. All right, let's get this front off. We get this tank off and get it emptied out. You know what that means. Where is it? Where's my fun gun? Oh, is it in the house? It's hard to use your fun gun when it's in the house. No, don't tighten it. This doesn't technically have to come off. It just makes it way easier to get to. What does it? Yeah, it does. Maybe we'll clean this up a little bit while we're at it. What do you think? Should I even bother? It's a rototiller that I know is going to burn oil and get dirty. You know what? I bet I can just swing this out of the way. Pretty sure that's what I did last time too. Just having it there for now. Kick all my tools. I need this little flat screwdriver here. Basically, I gotta take, and I'll show you guys here in a second. I'm gonna take the control cables off here. Maybe I should buy one of those things where you could lube them. Wouldn't that be good maintenance? Not worthwhile. Okay, so there's a spring here on the back side. Let's grab a pair of needle nose pliers. Oh, that wasn't good. Oh, okay. It's just probably the ground for the kill switch, or This tilts out of there. That was in not right there. Oh, that's good. Dump the gas over your tools. Oh no. Can you see that? No, you can't at all. Well, you'll just have to take for my word for it. You can see the edge there. Yeah, it's rusty. Neat. I was gonna use the old stimuli check here and buy me a new one of these here gas tanks and, you know, either fix it right or become a technician and just replace parts. That's cool as fuck, right? Anyway, can't buy them. It's been discontinued. So we're going back to the original plan of chemical treatments. Got some of the this here shit from the O'Reillys. Red coat. It's awesome. It's the best stuff ever. Actually, I have no idea. I've never used it before. Guess you can see in there a little bit. But I guess the evaporust works somewhat. Not as much as I had hoped, but, you know, whatever. Alright, wanted to give you a little preview of what I've done. This is definitely the second coat. What happened is, I think it's still coated fine, but there ended up being, the bottom looked way more coated than the top and the sides. And the sides were okay shape and the top is really nasty. So I decided to do it again, retaped it. I didn't fill this reservoir this time because that was coated really well. And then this plastic bag and zip tie, and you get to see my shitty shop. Just rotate it around like this. I did not put a lot of the stuff in it this time just because it was the second coat. So I'm taking extra care to slowly work it around. Do this over the next 10 or 15 minutes and then I'll take this off and let it drain upside down and sit this way so any excess comes down and dries on that top. Coats that really well. It's coated a little better this time. You can see it's still not perfect, but it'll work. Well, I did awesome and searched part numbers and everything, but as you can see the carb's different. Holes don't line up, so it will not bolt up. I guess I could probably buy the updated tank, which had I realized that's what I did, I wouldn't have gone through and treated the other one, but we'll see what we can do about just swapping the shit over we need. Probably the only seal you might be able to reuse is this. It's not ripped. Alright, I'm going to spray this thing out. Some good old carbon choke cleaner. And put it back together, I guess. Hit it with some compressed air. Look. Yeah. So I'm going to try and reuse this flapper pulsator gasket. Why? Because I'm going to try and keep this all together, and if this setup doesn't work, I'm going to order the new tank, which is about $60-some, I think. And we'll just put that whole new setup together. Although I do kind of want to use that. We'll see. Kind of afraid if I mess with this too much, it's just not going to end well. Alright, I guess that's going to work. Alright, let's get this thing back together. This has got to be real exciting. Getting like 1/8 of a turn at a time. Almost there. Yeah. Got the old governor on there. Governor. I'm going to hold off on putting the front bump stop or guard or whatever the heck you want to call it on there until I get some oil and fill it up. It's going to give me just a little bit more room. But otherwise, I'm done. I'm going to let this cure for another couple of days because it's a little thick and gooey in spots. See right down there. Right. It's not too gooey. It's getting there. I'm going to leave that open. Alright, I guess we'll see what happens. Okay. Some choke. Throttle. And try a whole bunch of these. Here's the actual problem. This is the needle seat. This was the one out of the rebuild kit from a couple years ago. And that hole doesn't go all the way through. So I grabbed the old one because I heard on my old parts, shoved it in there, 3 pulls, and it started. With choke, but it did start. And then we just used it. Well, yeah, that was the problem, among other things, but